Flosstube friends, it's time for another episode. Hi everybody, it's Friday again. It is Friday, November the 20th. November's almost over. Like, what is that? That's crazy. It's 2/3 over. And this is Flosstube number 79. I am Annie Joyfield Stitcher, and you have reached my channel about cross stitch and other crafty endeavors. And yeah, this is a video about cross stitch too, and some other crafty endeavors. Actually, I think I only have cross stitch to show y'all today, because I didn't get a ton of progress in any of my knitting projects. So we'll hopefully be able to see those next week. So I want to welcome you all back to another Fun Friday Flosstube weekly update with me, where I talk a little bit about what's happened in my life, both stitchy and non-stitchy related. And we chat about some plans, both stitchy and non-stitchy related. We talk about what I bought. And I give away some charts occasionally, but we don't say giveaway because, you know, that's why. So anyway, I hope everybody has had a wonderful week since I saw you last Friday on the 13th. If you catch a little sparkliness on my forehead, that might be because I decorated my classroom for Christmas before I left today. Our school kind of goes all out for Christmas. That is the one nice thing about teaching at a private Christian school, is that we can go all out for Christmas. And so I put up my tree. I have a full-size tree in my classroom, fully decorated. I have some garlands up and some other fun things. I will, maybe this next video, or no, it'll probably be the next one after that. I can put some pictures in of my classroom decorations. So yeah, I'm tired. But we have reached a wonderful day. This wonderful day being the first official moments of Thanksgiving break for me. I am blessed with the wonderfulness that is a full week off for Thanksgiving. I know not everybody is blessed with that. Not everybody has the luxury of having the whole week off. My husband being one of them. He works Monday and Tuesday, and then he's got plumbing calls to do on Wednesday. So, but that's of his choice. They're really good jobs. They're hybrid water heater installs. So, and he likes doing that. He loves working with his hands, and he's not one to want to hang around the house. And we are doing that a lot more. Because in case you had not noticed, newsflash, Texas is hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Not the weather, other things. We're going to leave it like that. So yeah, Thanksgiving break. Some things that I have planned for Thanksgiving break are stitching, knitting, and we're going to do some organizing. We're going to do a little bit of some cleaning, and I'm hopeful to get some of my home Christmas decorations up. We really didn't decorate much last year. Those of you that have been around since last Christmas time, we went to New York City the day after Christmas, and so I didn't do a whole lot of decorating last year, because I knew that it wouldn't be up all the way until January 6th like traditionally. We'd be gone for, you know, a large chunk of that. You might have noticed something new and different if I get it to work. I have a new intro picture and an outro picture. So you'll see, you maybe saw the intro if it worked, and the outro will be at the end. So let me know what you think. I just thought I'd maybe be a little more profesh. And there's pictures of me on both slides. Anywho, so yeah, that's just something fun I was playing around with. Like I said, it may or may not be there. So if you didn't see it, it's not you, it's me. And that is. It's going to be kind of a goofy one because I'm tired. Those of you, again, that have been around a while know that when I get tired, I get a little woo, a little loopy-doopy. So, what I have to talk about today, I have no finishes. None. 0. I have no FFOs. 0. I have no starts. So, it has been 38 days since my last new start. Thank you, Jenny, for the hashtag, or for the laughy faces about my name is Annie and it's been 31 days since my last new start. Well, my name is Annie and it's been 38 days. But I am hopeful to start Quaker Pumpkins on Thanksgiving. I really want to start that one, but I was waiting on fabric, so it didn't get started during Startapalooza, Start All the Things, before my birthday. So I have been so good and held off on it. Well, I made this deal with myself that I could start it on Thanksgiving if I had 10 finishes. I have 6. So I have a list in my Stitchy planner of some things that I could possibly get finished by Thursday midnight, Thursday 11:59 p.m. Central Time, in order to get put in a stitch and get that started and consider it a whip. I could also always start it on Friday. But honestly, that feels good to me. You know, in order to kind of earn that start, at least for the remainder of this year, I need to hit some milestones, some goals. I'll talk a little bit more about plans coming up later. So I think where we will start first is I would love to go ahead and share who was selected for the Stitchy Stash charts. I will remind you, please, if you're commenting for one of my past the stash charts or Stitchy Goodness Happy Mails, you have to fill out the Google link with your contact information. I ran across 2 or 3 folks that's names were selected, but they had not filled out my form. Yeah, so if you want these charts, and I'm not saying who it was and whatever. So I'm excited to share though who got these. So this first one I had asked you, this is a Prairie Schooler, one of the little mini cards, and I'd asked you to use deer somewhere in your comment, and Heather Woolley, I think that's how you say your name, Woolley, this is coming to you. So yay, Heather, I'm so happy that I can send that to you. All the mail is going out this weekend. I have a couple things on D-Stash that I need to invoice and send out, and then my guess is there might be some more stuff coming. I'm not going to promise, but there might be. All right, so then next was the Peace Angel. I am actually stitching this right now, and I had asked you to use the word peace. So Lynn McGill will be getting peace. So yay, Lynn, I'm so excited I get to send that to you. This one is Holly, and this one is going to Melissa O. So Melissa, yay, I'm sending you happy mail. This one I had asked you to use the word sow, S-O-W, and I am going to hopefully not completely and utterly annihilate, butcher, mutilate this last name, but this goes to Sheila Uioka, Sheila Yu from Hawaii. This is coming to you, and I do apologize. That was probably nowhere near close. So Sheila, I got you, and I'm going to send you this cute little chart. And then last, the most people wanted this one because it's so cute. This is a cute little Santa. I'd said to use pipe, and y'all had some really good sentences about peace pipes, and you were bringing in some historical references. It was awesome to read your comments. And this goes to Nancy Call. So Nancy, congratulations. So all of you will be getting these hopefully rather quickly in the mail to get them stitched up. So yay, I am so excited to send those to y'all. So yeah, super exciting. I do have maybe 1 or 2 things to share with you this week. And I think I have 2 things, but I will get to those when I get to Stash because it's part of Stash and I don't want to bust into that yet. Stash happens at the end. Joy-filled stash time. So I think at this point I've kind of chatted just about everything. I do, however, owe a hug from last week and a hug for this week. So let's go ahead and get that right out of the way. First thing, because I don't want to keep anybody waiting who reached out to me and said I missed your hug last week. So let's get our hugs, okay? Hug. There's 1 hug. 2 hugs, and then give yourself a big ol' hug. All right. Yay, hugs. You might have noticed I have something fun and different up here. So let me pull this off the wall because it won't be too hard. This is something I just decided to do because I needed somewhere. I literally had all of my needle minders that had come from Mad for Minders like laid out because they're so strong. They would stack together and then they get. So anywho, I was like, I need something to store them on. So this was the hoop I got in the DMC box, and I said I was going to keep it, but I didn't know for what. It's, I think, a 12-inch hoop. I ended up turning it into a needle minder board. So what I did was, this is just some fabric that I got from Allison Rosen's D-Stash. It's a really pretty check. And then I used 2 pieces of just white, plain white cotton. There's no interfacing, no batting. And I sandwiched them in, got them really super taut, super taut. And then they're just all on here. And I actually put my voted finish on there too. And so some of these need to go in projects, but the projects haven't come back out yet. So instead of rifling through my bags, I thought they could be kind of decorative. And then this is just some of that pink sparkly twill tape. And then it hangs on a hook, not a hook, a nail right back behind me. So there you go. And I feel like if I get tired of that fabric, it's not hard to take it out. I have so many different types and scraps of fabric. So it might be kind of like, what fabric is on the needle minder? I'm going to need another one because I did order a few more needle minders from Mad for Minders. They're like some of my most favorites. So in case you were wondering what that is, let's talk about some stitching, shall we? This is in no particular order, just some of the things I worked on. I did pull out Silver Creek samplers. This is called Johnny Appleseed. I am stitching this for my daughter's teacher from last year. They sang this every day before lunch. And so I just thought it was something that I could make into a special wall hanging for in her classroom. This is an I Love You More Studio Co. sleeve. This is the standard size. I did some color converting on it, and I got a fair bit of progress because I used this for a one of the categories in Stitchergories. So I put in V to finish out this row, and then I did the whole of this row. I have said it before, and I will say it again. I absolutely adore Silver Creek Samplers lettering. It's just beautiful. And this is on 18 count Aida and Colonnade from Color and Cotton. So yay. Again, Silver Creek Samplers, Johnny Appleseed. My goal was to maybe get this done either for her birthday or Christmas. Well, they announce birthdays, both faculty and students, and hers is Wednesday after the break. I don't know that I can get this finished. It's a lot more stitching. So we'll see. I think it might be for Christmas. But I know I can do it for the end of the year. All right, next up, I'd love to show you this project I worked on. It's in a bag from the 805 Stitcher. It's gorgeous. This was an limited edition kit that came from Lindy Stitches for her Autumn Royalty chart. Let me turn it this way. It comes with these 3, Count of Candy, Lord of Gourds, and Prince of Pies. And I am still working on Lord of Gourds. This is on Color and Cotton, 18 count Canyon. It's an 18 count Aida and Canyon. I'm using, I think, the majority of the called for. I know that when I got the kit, it came with the fancy flosses, and then it does call for some DMCs as well. I have Lord. I love this lettering. It's so unique. And I love this fabric. This is a beautiful fabric. This was a fabric of the month. I am not sure with how Color and Cotton is kind of restructuring their business to make their wait time shorter. They're kind of doing more like they're going to have some ready to ship every now and again, and then they're going to have kind of a curated collection. I don't know how Fabric of the Month factors into that. So, but you can always go to their website, search for something, and it'll pop up if it's an option. And this is a completely perfect needle minder from Mad for Minders. I got this one when I knew I had purchased this kit. So I love this. I need to put some more time in it, but I have so many projects I love and I want to put more time in. But these bags from 805 Stitcher are awesome. All right, so next up, I worked, this I also used as part of Stitchergories, which is an event for November, kind of built off of the game's categories. So they give you 5 prompts, and then they give you a letter that's spun off the wheel, and you have to find something in your whips, or I think you can even use a new start. I'm not 100% sure of that. and you have to go in and find things in them to go along with that letter. So for instance, I used this one for something you give a child, and it's the letter R was this week, and I knew I wanted to work on this project. The wheel had spun it, and so I said red ribbons because it has red ribbons. So this is called St. Lucy's Light. This is from the 2020 Christmas ornament issue of Just Cross Stitch, and it's by the Little Stitcher. And I have this in a one of the small bags plus. It's got like the 12 pockets. And this is on, I believe, a 20 count Vintage Country Mocha Ada. And instead of the metallic, I am doing a DMC Etoile. So I got the rest of her light, her sun, put in, with the exception there's some back stitched rays, but I will wait. I outlined her entire dress and started some of the fill-in, and I did her face. I need to get some more of her face detailing. So as you can see, a lot of this is the white stitching, so I have that to do. I do not think I'm going to do this detailing up here. I do think I will do this red border. I don't know that I will do the snowflakes. I love this. And those of you that have been around a couple of weeks, when I introduced this project as one I was starting and, you know, working on, I was St. Lucia, which is what this is based off of. St. Lucia has a day. It's December 13th in Sweden. And I was St. Lucia in 4th grade when we did Christmas Around the World. And I wore the white gown with the red sash and the wreath of the candles on my head. And I had a little like Swedish dish to share. It was super fun. All right, next up, this lives in another Love You More Studio sleeve. This is the full-size sleeve. This was one from Christmas last year. They have some super cute Christmas and winter ones up right now. And this is Caterpillar Cross Stitches, current Stitch Along Hello Dear. I believe the last part releases this coming Monday. I did print off the newest release, but I forgot it to put it in here, unfortunately. This was through release 3. Release 4 includes the bottom part right here, not the tree trunk, and it's the most precious little deer. I am stitching this on a 32 count Lugana. It's in splash powder pink with white dots. I got this off of 123 Stitch. This is not the called for fabric, but I loved it, and I asked Sally if it was okay to swap up the fabric. She said absolutely, just share that it's not the called for. This is not the called for. And I got quite a bit of progress in this. I worked on it over the weekend, and then I also used it for a Stitcher Gories prompt. And so I put in some more. I think I am almost completely done with release 1. I need to fill in this pine cone. This is part of release 2. So I've already pulled up release 2, where it has parts 1 and 2, and I'm starting to bridge the colors up. I love this. I love it on this fabric. I would have loved it also on the white even weave. It was a 28 count. But I am stitching the Hello Pumpkin on a 32 count, and I'd like them to be the same size. So that was kind of my motivation with switching to 32 count. And then I saw how cute it would be on this like blush pink. So if you are interested, it is never too late to join in on this one. I believe you can still get a full kit. The chart comes as a PDF. Your kit comes with all your materials. You can also add on the needle minder, the really pretty Robin needle minder. Or you can just do a PDF. Either way, if you purchase the full kit or the PDF and you use the code JOY10, you will get a discount off of your purchase. So if that is something that's really cute to you, it's a super fun stitch. I love it on the even weave. I am also super thrilled to share just briefly that I am going to be participating in the January sale, and it's called Made to Create, and it is going to be so good. So good. I got an insider sneak peek of the needle minder, and it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I think I will have a code for that one as well. More to come on that. All right, I worked a little bit on my project that lives in this bag. This is an Evertote by Caroline. It's a beautiful 12 Days of Christmas pattern. And this holds my 12 Days of Christmas by Satsuma Street. If you watch Jenny Long Dog Stitcher, she does these for her nieces and nephews every year. I think she's up to 14 or 16 ornaments every year. She said don't start this as a long-term project when you have one niece or nephew. I think it's incredible. What a fantastic aunt to be giving those every year. And then, you know, in 12 years, you're going to have a full collection. That's amazing. Actually, I think it may be even less than that because I think she stitches 2 for each one every year. That's pretty incredible. But anyway, I am currently working on this one, which is the 2 turtle doves. I have already finished the partridge in a pear tree, which was on 36 count white linen. I have switched over to 18 count white Aida. And this is where I got to on my second one. So I put in this really pretty green leaf and some of those corner flowers. So yeah, I got a little bit of progress in this. This is a fun one. I'm in no rush to get it finished. It doesn't have a deadline like some of my other things do, meaning I have a couple of things that are for Christmas gifts that I need to get finished. All right, a couple more things. So I think I showed this last week on my video, but I did put some more time into it. This is Little House Needleworks Bethlehem. This is a beautiful project that I had kitted for a very long time. I actually kitted it at my local L&S, which is the Stitch Niche, and I know that that's a double. That's a local L&S, local needlework shop. It's really just L&S. And I finally started it. I believe I started this during. I typically on my cool little tags, I typically put when I started it. I think I started it last year during Christmas time. In fact, I think its birthday is coming up. It is. It's coming up soon. I think I started it last Christmas Eve or the 23rd. And so I finished the angel. And then I put in the sweet little baby manger, the star, and then I believe I put in the L and the H since the last time I showed this. So I have a couple more letters to do and then a couple more details. There's another sheep over on the other side. What else do I have left? Yeah, there's this sheep. And a pretty little like flower and a bird. I do not know if I'm going to do the border underneath. I'm thinking probably I will leave that out, but I don't know that yet. I would love for this to be a finish before the end of the year, but we'll see. I don't know if that's possible or not. All right, I worked a little bit on this that I had shown last week. This is by Priscilla and Chelsea, Stitching with the Housewives. This is a freebie on her blog. This is Chicken Joy. I am doing a little bit of a conversion in that I am doing my tree, the innards of my tree, in Crepe Myrtle, which is a pretty pink from Weeks Dye Works. And this is on 20 count charcoal Aida. And as far as I know, the only things I have left to stitch are the word joy and the insides of the tree. So I finished out the chicken. Isn't he so cute? Or she. I'm not sure. She is so cute. And I did all of the light strings, the dots for the light strings. I need to fill in the tree, do joy, and then I need to connect the light strings with backstitch. But I need to wait to do that. This is a super fun little stitch. I'm going to be finishing this on that really pretty Scarlet Sky Designs red chicken, the wooden chicken that they sent me. This is going to get finished on that. So I love that I already know how I'm going to FFO it. My back is atrocious. I carried, like, big time. Like, I have all the light strings already on the tree. On the back. Nobody needs to see my backs. So I have some very nice looking backs. That backside is a wreck. But it's okay. It's okay. Did I enjoy stitching the front? Why, yes, I did. All right, one last project to show that I worked on this week. I love this so much. And I used it for 2 stitcherories this week, so I got over 500 stitches. I went way beyond that, too. This is Mirabilia. This is Snow Queen. and she's fantastic. Joy-Filled Little One is like fully enthralled by this. She loves watching when I stitch it. It's on a mammoth crib-sized blanket of a piece of 32 count Lugana by Be Stitch Me and Frost. And I love it. Ugh. So this is where she is, and like I was telling Joy-Filled Little One, this is not even the bottom of her dress. I think there's maybe this much. There's like another band. But what I finished filling in some of this white right here, I continued the lines down to a good stopping point here in several of the colors. I put in some of the sleeve detailing, the part that's kind of holding on to the reindeer. And then I put in some of the stitches that go in here. There's a lot of beading in here. There's a lot of beading up in here as well. But it's beautiful. I mean, there's more color work in here. I just have not gotten to it. And this is another needle minder from Mad for Minders. And then I've got one shade of the skin tone. But this is beautiful. I love this fabric from Brandy. I've actually reached out to her about a cut. Her thoughts on another Mira that I would like to start as a new year, new start. More on that to come when I actually get my plans solidified. But I reached out to her and I said, hey, here's my thoughts on this I'm doing a conversion. The conversion I'm doing. And I'm looking for a fabric because I use stitch palettes to kind of come up with the colors I wanted to use. This is kind of the color DMC that I'm looking for. Do you have something close-ish? And so I'm waiting to hear back from her because she's a busy lady. So that's all she wrote in stitching. I did knit a tiny bit. I don't have any of that to show right now because there's just not much progress. Maybe 1 or 2 lines. The other thing that I'm working on right now that I maybe will have to show next week is I was watching... Who was I watching? Floss Toss, which is Treehouse Knits and Legacy Fiber Arts. They have a floss tube called Floss Toss. I love that they just sit and it's like they're chatting. Different Treehouse Knits than the Treehouse Knits I buy yarn from. Treehouse Knits that I buy yarn from, that's Lauren and Austin, that I love her yarns. She's Treehouse_knits, and then there's Treehouse Knits. But anyway, I was watching their video and she was talking about all these quilts and she was talking about the star quilt, and I was like, as I'm laying under a star quilt on my bed, that was one of my first really intricate quilts that I made, and it's all Western fabrics. Well, I realized I had done another one. I think the 8-pointed star could either be called an Ohio star or a sawtooth star. Well, I have one that I did it with all sorts of really pretty Christmas, like primitive Christmas fabrics a long time ago. And I was like, did I ever bind that off? No. It was on my quilt ladder. I have an old antique ladder that has quilts on it. It has our wedding quilt that my mom made us that's beautiful, and a few other quilts. And it has this quilt. The binding's sewn on. It's just not been hand bound. And so I started yesterday just spending some time just doing some of the hand bind. I like a finished, a hand bound off edge on it. And so I'm kind of working through that. Wonder clips. Fantastic for that. Those little clippy doodads that I didn't have back when I first started quilting. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying that as like a little bit of an extra side note. I did work on my Hitchhiker shawl by Strickmick Martina Bem. And I did work a little bit on my Let the Yarn Do the Work, which is a really pretty shawl, DK weight shawl. And so I worked on both of those a little bit, but like I said, I'll show those next week. So at this point, plans-wise, some of the things that my wheel spun that I hope to be able to show you next week are Bloom by Cherry Hill Stitchery, Squirrel Pie, which is what I'm calling the cute little squirrel with the pie that's in, that's by the Blue Flower that was in the Nashville cookbook. I don't have a picture to show you right now. It's over in my stitchy bag. That was one that was on my list of maybe I could get it finished by Thanksgiving. So I'm going to work on it a little bit this evening, and then I'm hoping that I can work on it tomorrow because it's a 2-day project, and maybe even get a finish. We'll see. Quaker de la Ferme, which is a Jardin Privé. That one I would like to spend some time on. That's a monochrome, and so I can usually get some good progress in that. That can maybe even work for Stitchagories. That's a 3-day. So it would be today. Actually, no, it starts tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. So yes, I could maybe use it for Stitcher Gories. Christmas House Sal, which is from Fuzzy Fox Designs. The last chart just came today. I'm still working on House 1. I started way after the fact, but I just think they're so fun. I'm not doing them all. I'm not doing them all in one. I'm doing them as little tiny ornaments on 20 count. I have that as a 3-day project, I believe. And moving ahead, like I did talk about that I want to get 4 projects finished in order to start Quaker Pumpkins on Thanksgiving. We'll see how that goes. And then I've got Stitcher Gories for 1 more week and Semi-Sane Stitchers. If I didn't say that, I'm sorry. That's an event from Semi-Sane Stitchers. And then in December, there's 2 things I'm looking at maybe participating in. The first would be, and I've talked about it kind of a bit more, which is Finish That Stitch, which is kind of something that Sammy J of Sammy J Stitches came up with her virtual Stitchers crew. I think some of them changed it from Finish That Stitch to Finish That some other word. And so the object being to finish lots of things. I have some smalls I could get done. I'm starting to worry that if I focus on finishing all the smalls, all I'll have left is big stuff. So I kind of still want to put in time on the big stuff. So Whip Wranglers is a fun little event in Semi-Sane where I think you pick 20 of your projects and you they start to go loose, like you have to wrangle your whips. And by putting in a certain amount of stitches, I can't really remember off the top of my head. I'll get my head around it by Tuesday of week Tuesday. I did go through and get all of my whip cards, the little, well, I say all, but a lot of the ones I showed you this time don't have them because they need them. But my little whip cards, they're in clear luggage tags with a zippy pouch that I got off Amazon. They fit the Avery printable business cards, and then I take an image, I put start date, finish date, all of that good stuff, and then I hang them on my project bag so I can see them. And then when I'm done, the little whip card goes in a little small photo album, which I love, like putting my little cards in, and kind of I can look at what I finished. I don't have that many in there. I think I have about 7 right now. And but I've gotten all of them into the Amazon zip bags, and this was part of haul. I got some of the smaller size. This is an A5 size, and so I like this size too. I got the letter size, but then I got some A5s, and these fit the half size charts, the half sheet charts. So I have plenty more bags if I wanted to kit anything up. But I kept all of my book sleeves because I love how they stack so nicely on my bookshelf. And I kept some of my most favorite project bags, but the vast majority of them I destashed. And I did mention that last week in my video because a couple folks were like, "Why are you getting rid of all your bags?" Honestly, I don't keep my projects on frames or on Q-snaps. And so I really have no need for some of the big bags. And when they're really big and there's not much in them, they flop over. They don't stand up nice and straight. It's truly an aesthetic thing. It's they kind of file in nicely. And I just realized that you can't take it with you. And so I had too many really nice project bags. Does that mean I'm not going to get project bags? No, because I am going to still participate in the Bag of the Month from Garon and Garon tote bags. And I will still buy book sleeves. I have a awesome half size Diana It Is Kismet Stitches bag coming. And so here and there, a smattering, but yeah, I picked the ones that I really like. So now let's get into some stash. So it's joy-filled stash time. It's joy-filled stash time. So the first thing I'd like to share with you is I did get my November knit crate, and I can't find my extra goodie. So this month's theme is chiaroscuro, and now they don't send you the big booklet. It's more eco-friendly, and so you get a flyer with some of the information, and then it gives you a code, a QR code that you can scan to go get the full full booklet. You can download it and then print from there, or whatever the case may be. I do the sock crate. I am going to take a break from this because I'm kind of really loving the chunkier DK weight and above right now. And so I'm going to take a break from the sock crate for right now. And I got the Chill Out colorway this time. And this is in Audine Wool's Alpaca Sock. And this is in Napoli is the colorway. And so it's this really pretty sea glass kind of combination. Like, it reminds me of a really beautiful piece of sea glass. And so this would make a beautiful sock. I would love to get into knitting socks. We'll see if that happens. So yeah. Then I got, this is the rest of the yarn. Back, not too terribly long ago, maybe in the late summer, there was kind of this big hullabaloo about a big box store kind of taking indie dyers, shop small dyers, ideas and mass producing them. And one of them that was copied a lot was a shop called the Lemonade Shop. And so I had never heard of them, but I'm all about shop small, support small businesses. My mom is a small business. My dad, when he was back non-retired, owned a small business. And so I fully support small businesses, especially small yarn dyers, because just the amount of creativity and artistry that comes out is fantastic. Does that mean I don't buy big box yarn? No, I bought some actually to make something for a joy-filled little one because she's tough on stuff because she's a kid, and I need it to be easy to wash in case she spills chocolate ice cream on it. I mean, that's real life. But for the fanciness, I can buy the fanciness for myself, even though I might spill chocolate ice cream on it. Okay, not chocolate ice cream, but anywho. So I bought a few things from her shop. She has the cutest logos. So the Lemonade Shop, and you can find them on Instagram at _lemonade_shop. They're also on Facebook as the Lemonade Shop, and they have their own website, standalone, thelemonadeshopyarns.com. So I got, this is their comfy worsted, and this is in the colorway Sweatpants. I think it's adorable. I have this free hat pattern that I'll share when I actually cast this on that calls for worsted, and it's called the Beloved Hat, and I think this is going to be so fun. I love that it's called Sweatpants. Who doesn't love a good pair of sweatpants? This one you may have seen. I don't know if she shared them yet, but Erin T. Martini Stitcher ordered and got hers like the day before mine. And this is in the house sock, and it's the Storm. But I think it's so cool because it's this charcoal gray, and then it's like, boom. This beautiful kind of hidden. It's so cool. But yes, it's called that. So yeah. And then I got another one that's kind of similar, but just different colors. They look different on the website. But this one is called, this is also house sock, and this is in silver lining. So it's less of a blob, that's the technical term, and more kind of these small pools of color. And it's got like chartreuse and like some of these magenta reds and like sapphire blues and teals. So I think this is beautiful. And their house sock is 75/25 superwash merino and nylon. And then this one I could not resist. This is called Sweater Weather. Sweater Weather. How beautiful that is. And this is also house sock. So yeah. And here I go blathering on about, oh, I've got enough. Yeah, I have a whole bin full of fingering weight. But this is beautiful. I could not pass. Look at how gorgeous that is. Those splashes of colors. I love to see it this way. And then when I cake it up, oh, so cool. So anywho, I was excited about that. I also love that on the back of their card, they talk about how to Kitchener stitch. So that's kind of cool. All right, so next up, I placed an order from Fat Quarter Shop. And I just realized one of the things that I wanted to share is not right here. So I'll share it next week because one of my projects is on it. It's a small hoop from Cosmo that's another like spring-loaded hoop that's kind of functions in a different way, but I'll show it next time. So they had some, I needed more 18 count white Aida for 12 Days of Christmas Satsuma. And they carry the Witchelt 18 count Aida in white. It looks to be nearly identical to the Zweigert. It might be just a little rougher, but I'm not worried about it. So I went ahead and got, I think it's like a fat quarter of that. And then I grabbed Prairie Schooler Animal Alphabets. I am doing an event in Semi-Sane Stitchers this year called the Alpha My Bets, where you kind of work on something with an alphabet all through the year in order to finish it. So you work on each letter for about 2 weeks of the year. My thought is either that or I have the Bird in Hand series from Heart in Hand. And so I'm thinking one of those. I'm kind of debating. I'm on the fence. Today, my fabric of the month came from Brandy at Be Stitch Me. I get the neutral. So this is the November 2020. I get 20 count Aida. I get a fat quarter. And this is Peanut. And it's beautiful. I love this kind of veining in that taupey color. It's really pretty. Another one out the park, Brandy. I love it. One moment. Okay, so sorry about that. I needed to take that phone call. So a couple more bits of stash that I want to share with you. So I got my last finishing, it's every other month through Crazy Annie Stitching. It's her, they call it the Fluff and Doodads Finishing Club. And so this was the last one for 2020. It's red high heels, and it's got some beautiful cotton fabric, like quilter's cotton, some cotton lace trims, some of the like rayon silk ribbon, some chenille trim, beautiful counting pins. There's like a little charm down here. So just, this is a super great, I have all of the ones this year had this fabric, but in a matching colorway. I've really enjoyed getting this. I was so happy when I saw that the sign up was up for 2021, and I did go ahead and sign up. It looks like, if the photos in the post are any indication, it looks a little different. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know if it's still open, but Crazy Annie's Crazy Stitchers on Facebook, and there's an album that's for their clubs. So it's in there with the image about the finishing club. So I did get that. I also got a couple of pouches from, or book sleeves from Love You More Studio Co. So I got this one. These are all standard size. This was one that was a newer release in the last few weeks. It has these super cute woodland animals having a party in the forest. It even says potty. Potty, potty, potty. And then I got this one, which is another thing with cute animals having a party of some kind, or just a fun event. So you've got, like, I love this right here where the turtle has the cat on his back pulling a wagon of like acorns. You've got a squirrel carrying an acorn that's bigger than its head, napping in the tree. Like, just so cute. So I love their fabric selection. So I got these three. I have projects that are going to go into them. And then the very last thing that I want to share is I got myself some pretty plaids. So Crazy Annie's Crazy Stitchers did a, they were doing 1 yard cuts of Priscilla's pretty plaids. And so there's one in here that I'm not interested in. But I was like, I like all the rest. So I just did the bundle. So I did a bundle. It's a yard bundle. So here's what we got, folks. The one that I am not interested in is going to come to 2 of your houses. So I am going to, actually, I'm thinking in order to maximize here. Yep. Here's what we're going to do. I can get 4 fat quarters out of this. So it's a roughly 18 by 22 inch piece. And not a stitcher's fat quarter, a quilter's fat quarter. So I'm going to select 4 people that would like to have a piece of the orange and black. It would be a fat quarter, which is more than enough to finish a couple of small ornaments or something like that. So if you are interested in one of the 4 fat quarters being sent to you so you can finish something in the super cute orange and black plaid fabric, it's awesome. It's a really good quilter's cotton. Please put the word plaid, and this is so like, I know it's not plaid, it's really more gingham, but we're going to put plaid in the comments below, PLAID. Make sure that you have filled out my Google form. Please make sure that you are 18 years old so I can legally have your address. Please know that I will ship anywhere in the world. Please do not say giveaway. Please do not say free. Those words tend to draw out people that are looking just for giveaways, and I want this to go to somebody who's going to use it and finish it into something beautifully. So again, pick 4 people next week for this. And I know it's a little late for Halloween, but you can be prepared for next year. So I think the only thing left to share with you before you see my outro slide, hopefully, is my Angel Kindness card for today. So I picked this one because I love the sunflowers. I love this one. It's so beautiful. It looks so autumnal. And on the front it says, learn from the way the wildflowers grow. Matthew 6:28. So I love that scripture. And on the back it says, our lives have seasons. One day you will look back on this time and realize it happened in order for you to grow. Oh, I know this time helped me to grow. And I hope that if this is a tough season for you, even if you're deep down in the deepest of it, still, that you will realize that growing from this will happen at some point. I really want to thank you so much. I love all of you that take the time to watch, spend some time with me, share some thoughts of kindness, encouragement, sweet, sweet thoughts. Thank you so much to those who also this week way overdid themselves with sharing the fancy flosses with me. So I have down in the description box below, I have a link to buy me a coffee, except I have buy me a fancy floss. I don't drink coffee. So this week, Kaylee, Sharon J, Heather W, Amy L, Paula R, an anonymous benefactor, Stitching Liz, it's Liz, Tanya, and Linda J. I want to thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, for sharing. Thank you so much. I did actually buy some fancy floss with that money that went to my PayPal account. And I also am going to make this video once again ad-free thanks to those folks. So thank you so much for your continued support of this journey that I'm on, this stitchy journey, and sharing with you. I'm excited for the remainder of 2020. I feel like there's going to be at least a 1-part, 2-part, 4-part whip parade coming before the end of the year. I am contemplating Vlogmas, Flossmas, we'll see, Knitmas, because I know that I have knitting advents open. And so with that, I'm going to bid you a fond farewell until next Friday, Black Friday. We will not be doing Black Friday unless we do it online. I would encourage you to shop Small Business Saturday if that is something you feel so inclined to do. And with that, I will say, so long, stitch well. I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, and I hope you enjoy my new outro. Bye, guys.